Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another YgoPro duel video. Metalfoes will be coming out really soon here in the TCG, but the OCG is getting a new Metalfoes fusion monster. I believe the name is Fullmetalfoes Alkahest, Fullmetal Alchemist. We all know the anime, but the card's okay, level 1 fusion, really not that hard to get on board. Its effect is okay, it's like 1000 times restrict in your opponent's turn, once per turn, so it's cool to enter first turn with and interrupt an opponent's play during their main phase to take control, at least, yeah, put an effect monster on your opponent's side of the field to equip it on your Alchemist. But something also could be could come up in your place or in your match is that the equipped card can also be used for a fusion summon for your Metalfoes fusion cards, but outside of that, it's okay. I believe it's perfectly fine as a one-off in your extra deck. The biggest strength of Metalfoes, especially for the OCG, is Cyber-Stein, and ending your first turn field with like a big field. You know, Unicorn is very popular, especially because Cosmos is not out in the OCG, and Unicorn is an excellent card, especially first turn. GoFu is still excellent as a level 5 tuner, opening up a possible level 8 synchro play. It also makes it so that you can go for Ultimaya is also an option, but the beautiful part is that it's not your main goal to make that first Ultimaya. You can very easily make it with your level 5 fusion and your GoFu, and the tokens also can be used for your Metalfoes cards to pop, get a search, so it's basically free, and that's what I like about this deck. I think the speed droids are needed, like first turn to go for that rank 3 bird to negate Totem Bird, I believe the name is, or let's say your opponent gets a start and they have one back row, you can make your rank 3 exceed Grand Pulse or Break Sword or whatever to pop the face down back row, clear the possible strike or warning, and then go for a huge pendulum summon, since that's the biggest weakness of Metalfoes, run into a strike. And last, I also main like the Cleese, so both Clifford Scout and Clifford Monolith, since that makes your Summoner's Art like a one card infinity. You know, search Clifford Scout, pay 800, search your Monolith, and then pendulum summon your popped Scout, since you have to pop your Scout in the pendulum scale with any Metalfoe. You know, set it up in your pendulum scale, and eventually after your pendulum summon you can make Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's okay, but this implies that you need to run 3 Summoner's Art, and that quote-unquote dead card, Monolith, it's still a beat stick, of course, but why not run Avian over it instead? So that's definitely a debate that we can have here. But outside of that, no Cupidity because of the Clifford cards, the Speedroid cards, and the one of Fusion. You could definitely play Cupidity. Armageddonite, a small Armageddonite engine is also something that I want to try out here in the deck with Siding Shuttle Dragon, for example. Zephyros is also an option. Rota and Instant Fusion. Okay, you can Instant Fusion your level 5. That opens up a possible Ultimaya play if you have GoFu. But if you're playing Armageddonites, you can play Instant Fusion, go for Northern, but again that takes up a lot of space in the extra deck, but it's something to try out, especially for us TCG players that we don't have Cyber-Stein to get that first turn lock. Okay, let's see a few example games. Alright, first of all, I think I get to start, so play this against the ABC, which is pretty much the future TCG format for us, so Metalfoes or Metalfoes versus ABCs. I get to start, open up with the Clifford Scout. It doesn't really matter if you're opening with Clifford Scout or one of your Summoner's Arts, both are fine, but again, your Summoner's Art or your Clifford Scout is basically a one card Cyber Dragon Infinity, but same goes for Avian. You know, Avian is also a one card quote-unquote infinity to negate any possible card from the opponent, bounce it back, but the advantage of your infinity is that infinity also can get rid of big monsters from the opponent, you know, just put them as an exceed material to Cyber Dragon Infinity. But the main reason why I'm playing the Cleese or the Cleese here in the deck is because of that first turn lock. Here in the TCG we don't have Cyber-Stein available, it's still a band, not really sure if Cyber-Stein is coming back for us TCG players, but adding in the Cleese do increase the chance of like opening with your a potential lock that your opponent needs to get rid of, and a card card like Unicorn is still excellent if you're not playing against Cosmos, that is. Or yeah, maybe Blue Eyes, since with the new Blue Eyes support as well, Blue Eyes will become a very big deck. Anyway, go for the first turn, Ultimaya. Ultimaya is okay in the deck. Most of the time it's not really too optimal to make Ultimaya, since it's kind of hard to 1. make Ultimaya, and 2. have a possible spell and trap to set to use Ultimaya's effect. That's not too easy, especially if you go first and you only have 5 cards and you know the Metalfoes pop each other. And you also have to open Gofu. Then again, opening Gofu is actually very good for the deck. You can use the tokens to pop with your Metalfoes cards, get free searches, and use your level 5 Gofu tuner to go for Void Ogre, for example. Make a level 8 synchro play, or use Gofu for Ultimaya. It's all possible. So going for Ultimaya is definitely not a go-to play for every duel, and that's what I like about Metalfoes here. Anyway, third game, now the opponent gets to start, and here is where Metalfoes are still struggling against a deck like ABCs or whatever. You can play against Cosmos, which is harder indeed because of Dark Destroyer not being able to be targeted by your opponent's card effects, but same for ABCs. They are also a deck that can pump out big monsters during their first turn, especially ABC Dragon Buster. Have some kind of back row like Strike or Warning is also a problem here for the deck. That's one of the reasons why I still prefer Speedroids here in the deck to make that first turn rank 3 exceed, like Break Sword or Gramples, or if you want Alucard to pop that face down back row. And yeah, hopefully you can freely pendulum summon your Metalfoes monsters or your monsters to the field. And I already know that I'm pretty much a goner. I can't win against this kind of field. Which deck can, right? Unless you have the Winged Dragon of Radha's Sphere mode, which is actually a gimmicky deck. For side deck, that is definitely not a main deck. Anyway, two duels left. I get to start, have the option, at least again, opening with Gofu opens up more plays for the deck, and ending with Void Ogre is kinda easy here for the deck. And I also decide to go for the Alchemist guy, again possibly interrupting the opponent's play, putting one effect monster from the opponent or at least equip it to your Full Metal Alchemist fusion. And here, okay, Ghoster Castell tries to bounce back, probably the Void Ogre, but nope, going to interrupt the play with that Full Metal Alchemist, just call it with that name. It's a little more easy, and equip it to it, and now I can just freely fusion, at least, yeah, Pendulum Summon, Fusion Summon, and eventually attack for a game. So GG, well played. One last duel, again showcasing the possible combinations and combo featuring Gofu. Excellent card, again, getting the 2 counters, yeah, the 2 tokens, pop it to get the fusion. Bombunku, I believe the name is for the TCG, you know, the raccoon, Magispector raccoon, so good, searching out the Magispector Unicorn, and here Pendulum Summon. Okay, this is an okay field, ending with Void Ogre and Unicorn, so 2 possible answers to interrupt or yeah, slow down the opponent. I know I'm obviously playtesting against ABCs, so negating the field spell is crucial, and it didn't really seem too important. Yeah, indeed, I bounced back his one of his ABC monsters, I believe the C that gives you an extra summon, so that's why I bounce it back to the hand. Okay, he can make Castell, but that's not going to be a huge threat since he already used his summon, his normal summon, and then yeah, out of that, he doesn't really have a lot of plays next to that. Well, in general, that is. But this is currently my list, so again, feel free to leave suggestions. This is not a finalized list, but it's still in the testing. But I kinda like it. I kinda like it a lot. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.